Hello my gorgeous people and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Will and first of all, if I sound a bit different, I am currently very sick. My throat hurts, so this won't be a long video, but we gotta keep on that grind, you know? I gotta keep grinding, you know? So, what am I gonna be doing today? I have Nilou on my account, and I have to say Nilou is like one of the prettiest characters in this game. I really love her design. I even bought her skin, but I feel like both of her, like her original and her skin, are just very beautiful. But I don't enjoy playing a superbloom team. One, because like there's no abysses anymore which favor superbloom like at all. But I just wanna use Nilou, man. She's so cool. So I've been using a separate build for her on and off for like half a year, 3/4 of a year now, which is a vape DPS Nilou. I have my Bisplitter on her. My Ayaka isn't using it because I have a special build for her. She's on a 2-piece Golden Troop 2-piece Heart of Depth. She's C0 and her talents are 2, 8 and 9. And today I'm gonna DPS Nilou. Let's start off with the burst DPS Nilou. So the team which I found to be the most advantageous for a burst DPS Nilou is just a very simple Furina Jean Shangling. The idea behind this team is Furina gives a lot of damage bonus, Jean is for the healing to get the actual damage bonus from Furina, and then Shangling is here to apply a lot of pyro. Now I'm gonna be trying it on a very simple Masanori. I use this guy way too much, honestly. It's just so easy to test stuff on him. So here I am back a few days later. You know, if you're trying to do YouTube, at least try to press the record button when you're recording, but oh well. So you will want to be starting off with a Furina E, but make sure that you're in the healing state, into a Furina burst, into a Jean burst, Shangling burst, Shangling E, then you're gonna wanna do 1, 2, 3, and then 86k and 105k from her burst. And I was actually really lucky for both of the hits to crit, but that's the burst DPS Nilou. Not much else to it. I think with that it is time to move on to the next team. Now here I am with team number 2, and while this might look like a random mix of characters, this is a freezeconduct team. You can also change out Kaya for Rosaria, Miko for Fischl, and even Kazuha for Jean. And the basic idea behind this is that with the new like upgraded elemental reaction of superconduct, if you add in a hydro character to the mix and make it a freezeconduct team, you are able to make a big soup of elements. And as you can see, there's a lot of even electrocharges triggered, not just for superconducts and freezes. It's a big mix of different elemental reactions. There's gonna be a lot of colors on the screen, so make sure that you have a bit of a better PC if you want to play this team. With these Vishavs, they apply a lot of electro as well, so you can see that Kazu actually is most of the time his burst is being applied. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. You can see that his burst is most of the time actually applied with electro instead of cryo, and I need to heal because my Nilou is literally about to die. Because of that, I would maybe actually suggest running a double cryo. This is just the biggest problem with Genshinnipact's cryo character, besides the fact that they just don't want to rerun them, is that there's no real off-field cryo character, like at all. None of them are really off-field. All of them are either on-field or just supports. We need a good off-field cryo character, and actually for you to rerun your cryo characters. On that note, I'm so happy I brought this up in the video, I even forgot about it. Can we just talk about how the Genshin just hates his cryo characters? Like, Risley has not gotten a rerun like at all. He has 0, and Shenhe and Ganyu have not gotten their reruns since at the end of Sumeru. Also, Mika has barely gotten any reruns, and at the same time, Charlotte has not gotten her first rerun. Like, that's 5 cryo characters. What the hell are you doing, Genshin? Bring back your freaking cryo characters, please. I wanna make DPS Shenhe, please. But that was team number 2. You see that I defeated 19 enemies with the Bishop Horde, which is honestly pretty good. That in one run, in like a minute, 19 enemies with a very more of a meme focused team, I would say, is actually pretty good. But now it is time to move on to team number 3, which is once again gonna be a elemental reaction buff team. Now here I am with team number 3, which is an electrocharged team, and as you can see I'm running Yelan. Now you can also run Furina in this team, but because of how annoying the Vishaps are, if more than one attacks you at once, you're just dead a lot of the times. I find it more comforting to have Yelan's burst instead of Furina always depleting your not energy but HP. So it is more comfort wise that I have Yelan here, but you can for sure run Furina here in a bit of an easier scenarios than these Fishap guys. Now the basic idea is that Fischl already wants to stack a lot of EM because she's mostly used in an aggravate team. Having her be the electrocharged trigger by having 2 hydro characters means that the electrocharged are actually going to be doing a lot of damage. Well, a lot more than if a hydro character like Nilou right here, who has no EM at least for me, were to trigger them. And then Jean is just here to have a bit of more of a healing, and Yelan and Nilou are the hydro appliers. Yelan the main hydro applier, Yelan is the off-field hydro applier. Also my Yelan is right here on the Favonius so that she can get a lot of energy to the other team members, because my Fischl basically has no energy, and for her to have Oz up 100% of the time she does need some energy recharge, which can be mitigated by having both my Jean and my Yelan on Favonius. And to be fair, these guys do steal a lot of your energy, so sometimes even 2 Favoniuses aren't enough. As you can see, it is a bit of a slower team, but to be fair, I'm not even playing that well, because I'm trying to commentate over it. So if you play it better, this is just to show off that this team exists. You can use this team, but if you were to play better, I'm sure you could do a lot more enemies than just 12 in this time. And also this is the same team, with this same team archetype you are able to run some other hydro main DPS also, like Ayato, or if you actually switch out the Yelan for Furina, this team can be your main Nubian team. But with that being said, now it is time to move on to team number 4. And here I am with team number 4. And for those who use Nilou regularly, this might be a team composition which is quite similar to a normal Nilou team. Now, because it is a normal Nilou team, just you're gonna be running not Nahida but Nilou as your main hydro applier in this team. Now just keep in mind that my Nilou doesn't have a lot of EM, so the super blooms, as you can see, are running like 11 to 16 Ks, but the pure damage output of super bloom does pull it back. And also Nahida, and my Nahida is a pure EM Nahida, meaning that she gives like almost the full buff of 250, and also Yelan is an elegy, meaning that's another 100 EM. So you can see there's a lot of damage coming from them. And also I'm using Yao Yao just because I don't have Baiju, but Baiju I feel like would be a better choice in this team right here than Yao Yao. Oh god, because of this. But I can just go back into Yao Yao and heal her, not that far because Nilou has a lot of HP, but about halfway. But make sure that you have at least one healer on this team, whether that would be Kokomi or Baiju or in this case Yao Yao, because even though Nilou has a lot of HP, the wish up damage and also just the pure super bloom damage can very much hurt her. But this just fully shows off the base strength of super bloom being so far out of all of the teams the best one, and it is not even the way you would wanna run Nilou. Yeah, and she died. But with that being said, I think it is now time to show off the last team of the video. And now here we are with the last team. Now, as you can see, it is another vaporized core, just this time switching out to Furina and Jean for Yelan and Kazuha. It follows the same idea that that team was following, where you wanna have Xiangling be applying the pyro, but also with Kazuha burst applying the pyro. And I know that Yelan is most likely, not most likely, but Yelan is for sure gonna be the one pulling the team's damage mostly, not Nilou unfortunately. But let me have this, let me have some fun with my Nilou. So your basic rotation is gonna be Yelan E into Kazuha E into Yelan burst, Xiangling burst to apply the pyro, Kazuha burst. What? Okay, then try number 2, Yelan charged E into Kazuha E into Xiangling Q into Kazuha Q into Yelan Q and into Nilou. And you can see a lot of hydro damage going on both from Yelan and from Nilou. Frick. Okay, then here's try number 3 and then into Nilou. And you can see those 20Ks are actually coming from Nilou most of the time, because her big slash does actually have a very high multiplier, and if I do burst, that's gonna be a bit amount of damage. And he avoided the second, but to be fair, that was kind of expected with my track record, honestly. Now I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, jump, 1, 2, 3, Kazuha, Yelan. I don't want to be using up my bursts again, but I might. Just Nilou and Yelan's, but he's just gonna die just from Yelan. So yeah, now as for some final results, final ideas or opinions, I would honestly say I love Nilou. Is she a DPS at C0? Absolutely not. Super Bloom is a lot stronger than all of these teams. The only contender really is the actual Super Bloom, where she's the main DPS. That I quite enjoy that, and I tried to use that even more. That was just an idea which popped into my head as I'm recording this video. The freezeconduct is for sure the worst team. Electrocharged is the fun team. Vaporize is the team that I enjoy the most, and Super Bloom is most likely the strongest of them all. And now with that out of the way, I think that's it for today. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like before you go, and if you're already down there, make sure to press the sub button and the little bell icon next to it so you never miss a video from me. This was Zil speaking. Goodbye my gorgeous people. See you in the next one, when I'm hopefully not sick anymore.